Good day all. I'm starting today's video at Mom's. I'm in the little garden by her chicken house just because I wanted to show she's been placing her autumnal things already. See the little white ceramic pumpkin? And roses are still in bloom, but a little wooden jack-o'-lantern and the summer heuchera and sedum are still happily growing in the chicken house. And then if we come over here to the garage, you can see this funny little fellow. This foam jack-o'-lantern, named by the family as Jocko, has been coming out every year since my hubby was probably 3 or 4. And Mom always finds a new way to place him. This time she placed him in a basket with, because she put him out a little bit early, she put a bit of summer greenery around him since we're still in September. And waiting to be planted. You can tell the love of fall whilst summer is still happening. A little ceramic pumpkin with summer purple flowers in. And of course, if we're at Mom's, we have to look at the pond. Sorry about the sound, but a neighbor across the pond is putting an addition on, so their workers are sawing and sawing away. But we're up on the embankment, the stone wall embankment, which you can see the stone walls below, and the pond beyond. A couple of Adirondack chairs. Oh, and I wanted to share, I love this time of the year the ginkgo starts to turn this brilliant, brilliant gold. In fact, I need to pick some while I'm here. One of the reasons I stopped by is to make sure I grab some of these ginkgo before they turn completely and fall, because I wanted to try a little experiment with them. So I'm going to be picking some of these for a fun project to do in the studio, which I will happily share with all of you. Well, home again, jiggity jig. I'm back home in my studio. It's actually the next day because I spent the night at Mom's. But I brought, I got a bag of the ginkgo leaves. I'm actually going to be doing another project I want to try with the ginkgo leaves, but one of the simple things I want to do with them is it's easy to make little faux butterflies out of them. And I have them in my little, this is a little inkwell that I have. It has a little cap on it. I use this for so many things. Water for watercolor. I think I've used it, I haven't used it for ink in ages, but it's good for all sorts of things. But it's turned out to be the right size to, after I pick these because they start to dry a bit, I just like to get the stems wet because you have to split them in half in order to make the antennae of the butterfly. So if you just take the ginkgo, which is such a beautiful leaf, it's so pretty. I will use these for other things as well, but I got them, this is such a quick, simple thing to do. So you just take the ginkgo leaf, you fold it in half, and you can already see how it's very butterfly-esque. And then, this is kind of hard to show, but you're basically just taking this, tying it around in a circle into itself. So this will go here, like that, and then this goes into itself like this. Not sure if that's showing very well, but see, do you see that sort of just basic knot? And then you pull that, and sometimes you can just use your fingernail to split this, but I find if I can't do that, I just either grab a knife or a pair of scissors and just do the very end. And sometimes I have to cut it and cut the tip off, and then sometimes I have to do this with the tip, and then like this. As you get that split, which you can also do with a knife, then you just this one didn't do quite as well, but it doesn't have to be exact. And then you can see, it's hard to do when I'm trying to have the camera here as well, but see, you can just kind of tie them off. Like this is one I did. So I'm going to take those and do a few of those just for fun, because I think they look cute. And on the way home from Mom's, I stopped at Michael's, and they're having a sale on frames, and I needed some frames for some things I was doing. And so they had such a good sale that I bought just a shadow box, which these are nice. They have the little foam backing, and they come with a few pins, but you can use more pins. So I'm going to make a fun shadow box with some of the faux butterflies. They also had, of course, this time of the year, they have all their autumnal fall things on sale. So I got these little miniature pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns I thought would be cute to put in there. Maybe I'll put some moss. I was also thinking, this is just a Xerox of a ink sketch of a watercolor I've done of this little one of my little characters I love to do. Thinking I might shrink him down and maybe trace them, use my jelly plate, print them on maybe some old brown paper, maybe do like a little collection of things. So this is one of the things I want to do with the ginkgo leaves. And then I also want to try something else, but I want to make sure it works before I talk about it. But this week has been busy, so I'm going to try to just take what I have from the week and get a video out. I'm trying to really stick with one video every Sunday, so let's try to continue that process. But I just thought it would be fun to share the how fun and easy it is to make butterflies with ginkgo leaves. And they really look cute with a little pin in the back, like it's a real little butterfly. And of course the different shades. This one kind of tore, but that also gives it a little bit of a look as well. All right, let's end this video for this week. Well, thank you for joining me for this week's little video. I'm just outside. This is the view from my studio. I was just working on the ginkgo leaves. Just walking down here. Probably head down for my morning walk. And last week I showed how our neighbors across the harbor had their lovely big tent up, and they had a big family wedding, and they were also going to be having a really beautiful fireworks display. And I mentioned I might try to get it, but sometimes fireworks don't show up very well on video. But because we were so close, I was able to get back over here so I could see it, because they did it on their beach. I'm not sure if you can see that. You probably can't because the camera's not close, but there's a snowy egret in the grass over there. But along their beach there, they did their fireworks display. So I'm going to close out with the fireworks display, and however exciting that may be. And until next week, remember, stay creative. Cheers.